Welcome back to the next day of survival with Stranded Deep. And Platinum X here with you to finish building our first raft. We already have, at the end of the last episode, I had already built these two bases in an early episode, maybe even the first episode when I was, that first, um, you know, few days just trying to survive and create water and all that, just to develop the crafting skill in order to be able to make the water still. I might have already created these two bases. But then at the end of the last episode, I finished the base, which this design right here is a very simple, just four bases. One right here to put your rudder. There's the rudder right there. Let's pin that. And then the sail, pretty much need the same thing for both. One lashing, one cloth, and two sticks. How many? All right, I've got four of these on me right now. So we need four more to go ahead and make two lashings. All right. Now we should not have any... Oh. Okay. I missed something there. Anyway, moving on. Real quick, I do want to split one of these coconuts just to go ahead and... You have to space out how often you eat coconuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And then I found when I looted these containers, I have found a total of 3 additional cloths. Now every island has at least 2 cloths around the island that as soon as you get to that island, you can run around and find those 2 cloths and have them. So I used one cloth for my smoker and the other cloth for... Was it the water still required a cloth? I think it's the water still requires a cloth. So there's the 2 cloths that was, on the island. But then I found those additional 3 cloths from those containers by, running around and scavenging the areas out in the water. But just so you know, you can create cloth by creating a loom. A loom takes 4 bindings. That's 16 leaves to create 4 lashings. I think they're called not bindings, but lashings. So that's 16 leaves to create those lashings, and then 6 sticks to create the loom. Well, I have enough supplies now to do that. But when you first start, it kind of takes a while to build up your supplies, make sure you got plenty of water before you can really risk, spending that many leaves to create a loom early on. But now, I can go ahead and create a loom now, but I don't really need to because I found those extra cloths. That's why, because I found those cloths, is why I still now have a pile of leaves here, which is a good thing since that is the source of our water. Go ahead and do another water. Okay, I am to... Go ahead and hang this back up while we finish this. Alright, now I can put this on there. Go ahead and put 2 on there. Okay, so now we can go over here, and it's getting dark, of course. So what we're going to do is... we need sticks. I'm running out of sticks here, aren't I? Alright, well I should be able to, as long as it's in view like that, I should be able to create it anyway. Yeah, you see how it's highlighted? So because my stick pile is in view on my screen, I can go, I don't have to pick them up. So I've got the lashing, I've got the cloth, I've got the sticks. Go ahead and make the rudder. Now, I might not be able to put it on here. I might have to move my raft to get it on here. So we will make the sail first. And you see the arrow. Showing you which way it's pointing. I could have sworn you could jump while... It's not letting me jump. I thought you could jump when... Alright, well, let me jump up here first then. Okay, apparently my raft is in a shitty spot, so I'm going to have to move it. Of course, as soon as I did that, it went blue like I could place it. But now my sticks are out of view. Alright, let me move this thing. See if we can do it now. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I messed up here. So we have to go back to flooring. Now I do have a piece of metal, but I only have one piece of metal that I found in a container. These are things you find. This is clay flooring, which I haven't harvested any clay, and even if I did harvest clay, I can't make it yet. This is the, can't remember what it's called, something metal. It's these little metal sheets that you'll find. You can't make them, you have to find them. So I've only got one so far, so wooden planks requires you to make the planking station, which I'm not messing with that right now. So we're going to go ahead and make stick floors. So there's another 16 sticks required. And as you can see, I don't have enough sticks in my pile. So we're going to have to go ahead and chop up this trunk right here to get some more sticks. Alright, so there's 4. So there's 12 sticks you can see up there on the pin where we pinned the rudder. Showing that I've got 12 sticks in view. 8 in my pile, 4 right there. And then we're going to have to go ahead and just chop down another tree. Now, I'm not sure if I've chopped down all of the... Boom. There's a bat. Damn it. That's annoying. I was gonna chuck a spear at it. Oop, there's one right there. Damn it, it flew away. You guys don't want me to spear you? That was a crab that I just stepped on. Kind of freaks you out when that happens, doesn't it? Alright, I think I've got all the trees. There's only like, what, 3... Only got like 3 palm trees left. Damn it. Now, sailing at night is a good time to sail simply because you don't have to worry about the sun. And I think I'd already grabbed the coconut off of this one. You watched the previous episode where I climbed up the trees and grabbed their coconuts. Alright, hang on. Alright, that should do it. When you're jagging trees through your camp, try not to destroy your camp. Alright, so let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 sections here. So this should be enough sticks. Just need to make sure our axe has enough durability to get all these sticks. Axe is looking pretty used up here. Alright, so now we can do our floorings. We already have the base. Raft floor, 4 sticks. Is this thing upside down? My raft is upside down. Okay. Flip you over. Okay. Raft floor. So as you can see, building a raft completely of sticks takes a lot of sticks. I mean, it was 14 for each section, 4 sections. And again, that's just the basic like you really, I mean, you can make one section raft. And it's usually fast enough to outrun the sharks, but not always. One section raft is very easy to get knocked over and get knocked off of, where then you're in the water with the sharks. And without an anchor, it's sometimes kind of like you have to, catch your raft. If it's not anchored, it can float away. So, especially if there's a storm or something, like, no. So I wouldn't advise running around on a 1-section raft. Even a 2-section raft, again, is risky because you can get knocked over. Whereas this right here, this is like the smallest, safest raft. 4 sections. And I guess you could even do 3 sections. Like, you don't even have to do 4. But I kind of like my rudder being back here with my sail up here. I mean, this is just my preference right here. This raft is fast. Fast enough to outrun the bigger sharks, like the tiger sharks. No problem. Hammerheads are pretty fast. Hammerheads and reef sharks, they're fast. But when you're out in deep water, you don't normally... Well, actually, you do. Not the reef sharks, but the hammerheads. The hammerheads are definitely out in the deep water. And those are usually the fastest ones away from the islands. But this raft, yeah, even the hammerheads, if a hammerhead's after you, it'll bump the raft, but being 3 across will not knock it over. If you're running around on a 1 or 2 section raft and you get bumped, you're getting knocked over. So again, this is just a very simple, easy raft. That's, again, fast. You won't get knocked over by a shark. But again, doing it completely of sticks takes a lot of sticks. 14 times 4 is what? 56. And then another 16. So 72 sticks. A lot of sticks. And I believe that completes the base, took my pile, man. Like, that's so annoying. You know, let me put these bronze away. Now, when you go to a new island, well, I can just, I can cut down. There's always palm trees on new islands. I can just cut down a palm tree. It's no big deal. All right, so you see how now these flasks, both of these flasks say 0 servings, meaning I've drank the milk out of both of them. And so now these flasks, I will just wait until I'm ready to make potions. And then I've got flasks to make potions. You have to make a flask from a whole coconut. At first, I was thinking I could go ahead and drink the coconut and then save that for the flask, but that wasn't the case. I was mistaken there. You have to have a whole coconut to make the flask. So you first make the flask, which requires a coconut and a lashing. You make the flask, then drink the coconut milk. So this one is basically is only good for food. I'll have to split that. But until it will not spoil until you split it. Once you split it in half for the 2 coconut halves, then it will spoil. Let's see, I could use some food. And some more water. Now, the importance of making a pile is that it will not, like, you won't, like crabs, the way crabs walk around. If you just drop something on the ground and a crab comes crawling by, the crab can move it. And if it gets moved out close to the water can then take it. You know, again, you can lose stuff. Or like how I was toting that tree trunk around to cut it up over here. That's what I was saying. Don't destroy your camp because of all this stuff that I've got just dropped on the ground. You know, when you're carrying stuff, like it can knock it around. You can lose stuff that way. But when you create these piles, they're not going to move. You know, so you don't have to worry about losing anything that's in these piles. So it's a good idea to create those piles. Which when I first played this game, like that was an update after I had already probably platinumed the game the first time. All right, anyway, back to the raft. Sorry, I got distracted here for a second. Okay, so we've built the base and the flooring. Now we can build, and all my sticks are over there. Okay. Now we can build our sail. And now they got turned around. Here, let me. Is this too far away? Yes, it's too far away. Sail. Right here, you can then turn it R1, L1 to rotate it. And it's not it's not rotating. There, now it was rotating. There, we got it. All right. So our sail is set. Now let's get our rudder. Now again, the other things you can make is an anchor. You do not want to get off of your raft out at sea there. You do not want to get off the raft unless it's anchored. And when you roll up to another island, unless you have an anchor and can anchor it, you want to drag it up on shore, like all the way up on shore. Get it completely out of the water. So I could go ahead and make an anchor, just, you know, to be on the safe side, but that's one thing about these little rafts. Like, I can sail them right up onto the beach and then drag it up on there. Like, I don't really need to worry about an anchor. So we got the rudder, we got the sail. A canopy is to protect you from the sun while you're out there. Again, this raft is small and fast. I'm just going from this island to the next island. Not really there yet to really worry about needing a canopy. And then this is a motor. Well, you need gas for a motor, which means you need to harvest potatoes and farm potatoes so that you have a constant supply of gas. I do not use motorboats or engines. I mean, maybe later, much later, but for right now, not messing with that. So right now, this raft is ready to set sail. So while it's still dark, I'm not going to rest. Go ahead and make sure I'm full on water. Now, I usually make, I guess I'm not really ready for making a new island. Flashlight out. Drop that. I'll make a new island kit, which, you know, I'll have like a stack of leaves, a stack of fronds, because these are what you need for a shelter. But I'm not going to worry about that because as soon as I get there and the sun's coming up, I need to set sail. Food. Go ahead and take that last one there. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and set sail. I'm gonna save it real quick before the sun gets up and I start, you know, getting that SPF. Alright, so we're gonna pick that island right there. Now if you go around the island, sometimes you can see things that are around the island. Like right there, I can see a boat. If you look to the left side of that island, that's a boat offshore. That's the island I want to go to. Because then I know there's going to be some more containers. Make sure I'm not stepping on any poison here. Any poison in this area? And another thing about this raft design is you can usually you won't get hung up on this stuff close to shore. Like, it's in the water and I'm ready to set sail. You immediately want to grab hold of the rudder. Whoop, whoop, wrong way, wrong way. But now as I get closer, you can see, I mean, again, you can see that boat there. Now, I can't believe there's no shark on me. Usually, you get out here, there's usually a shark on you by now. I'm really surprised that there's not a shark following me. But again, with this raft design here, it really wouldn't matter. As long as you're holding on to this rudder, and as long as you've got 3 across there, when you get bumped by a shark, it's not going to knock you over. Now, it's kind of a good thing to be arriving at this island during the daylight so that I can actually see to gather the materials to get started on, you know, my shelter and a water still. There's a shark. That's another reason I like this design, because I can look right over the edges here and see them sharks. There it is right there. Is it a hammerhead? I just barely caught a sight of it. It looked like maybe it was a hammerhead. There, you have to get the prompt there to... Island Hopper. Now, Island Hopper is the trophy for visiting another island besides the one you started on. Alright, now what I like to do... Oh, looky here. We have a shelter already. Well, this isn't really a shelter. But there are some islands that other... See the skeleton? That other, you know, like... I think there's a trophy for finding all of these type of islands that have these other... Well, they're not really survivors because they're dead, but I think that's how they're listed. Other castaways. So again, this person built the shelter and was trying to survive, and well, they're no longer with us. So this is a kind of an island of interest here. We just hit day 13. And so anyway, what I like to do is build my shelter pointing toward my island of origin. And you can even see that, I believe that right there is that ship mast off the shore. That one mast that was sticking way up out of the water. So I think that's what that is right there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put my shelter right here. Because this way, even if I'm sailing by, I don't even have to land. If I put my shelter right here, with it pointing at that island, even if I'm just sailing by out there, I can look at my shelter and then look to see where it's pointing to go, okay, look, that was my island of origin. So especially in a playthrough to get the platinum where you're not going to use a compass, you don't ever want to open a compass, which I strongly suggest not even looting a compass. You leave that thing where you find it, don't touch it. so that you do get the trophy for going through the entire playthrough without using a compass. So this way, this basically creates my own compass. So again, if I, let me go ahead and, hopefully this, I need to get water still going. Oh shit. Hang on. I don't need to be wasting my axe on this crap. I need to get palm tree. 7.3. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make another axe. I'm not gonna have enough. I can at least maybe. Yep. So you can see that 0.6. Basically, each strike with this axe takes 0.6. So one more strike and this axe will be destroyed. But I did that so I can go ahead and drink it. Got food here. So I need to get a water still going, so I'm going to have to make another axe. Here's 2 of those plants, and there's a boar. Now, the small boars do not attack you, but I need that for the axe. So each island always has stones, 2 cloths, and again, this one, anyone that has these rock structures in the center of the island are going to have wildlife. It usually consists of 2 small boars, 1 big boar, which the big boar will attack you and definitely can kill you. And then there's usually a snake, which you will hear the rattling sound of the snake before you get to it, and it can poison you. Now, for the longest time when I first played the game, they did not poison you. And look, both cloths are right there. But I guess there was an update where they fixed that, to where I believe the snakes on the island, the ones in the water, have always been able to poison you. There's those metal panels. I'm not going to mess with that just yet. But the ones on the island didn't. But now, since I believe there was an update, there's another small boar where the snakes on the island can and will poison you. But again, you'll hear them before you're on them. And I didn't bring any spears, so I need to quit running around. There's a container right there. Yes, this is a very good island. Good starting point. We got a great starting island and a great second island from the looks of things. That's why before I set sail, I kind of looked around. When I saw the ship from the islands, you know, when I could see that there was a ship off the shore, I was like, okay, let's go to that one. So this is a great second island to wind up on. Let's go ahead and make another axe. Actually, refined axe, stone tool, and a leather. I do have a leather. Hang on, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to make another crude axe. So I need 2 stone tools, a stick, and a lashing. Now this is kind of where I might have just screwed up and did not bring. I need to make a pile of these, not just drop them. See, I'm used to just dropping shit like this, But what we need to do is go right here and create a pile. Alright. There's our pile of rocks. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Okay, I didn't... It's just going to take a little longer to kind of get things going. Because I'm going to have to use the stone tool to do the chopping, which takes longer. Need to get that still going so we can get our water going. So while we got daylight, before we lose daylight, I want to get that still going. Let's go ahead and pin that. Oh, do I need a... I need a flask for this, and I left all my flasks on the other island. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why I like to make a starter kit for each island that I sail to. That way I've got everything I need to get established. Get my water still going, get my shelter up. Let's go grab one of those cloths. Where were they? Over here? Where were they? Wait, did I pick them up already? Yeah, I did. I already picked them up. Okay. So that's the whole point of pinning this. I can look right up there at the pin and see that I have my cloths. Need to cool down. I've got rocks. I've got the fronds. So I need to make 2 lashings. One for... There's clay. I need to make 2 lashings and a coconut. So with the coconut and 1 lashing, I make my flask. And then with the other lashing, that's all I need. What time is it? I think it's 1600 hours is when you stop, like, having to worry about the SPF from the sun. Alright, so what I need to do now is find another... There's a coconut drink, but I need a coconut. There's a coconut right there. How many? I need more of these. There's a stick. And there's, oh, and each of these islands among the wildlife. Whoop, there's the boar that attacks you. So you get 2 small boars which do not attack you. 1 big boar that apparently does attack you because it's chasing me. And then 2 large crabs. I didn't bring any spears with me. Alright. Really did not go far enough away. But let me see if I've got enough. Yes, I've got enough. So 8 of these is good enough for 2 lashings. So 1 and 2 and Alright, so now we've got our drink. This is for the still. We've got the lashing, frond and stone. So the frond and stones are right over here. There's the frond. And there's the stones. Now the shelter needs 4 fronds. So each palm tree, each frond bunch, I think is what it's called when you chop it off of the tree, has 5 fronds. So 1 for your still, and then 4 for your shelter. So it only takes cutting down 1 tree. And you've got enough for your still and tree. Let me go back to that tool. 16. That's probably enough to cut down this. Okay, I was wrong. Let's make another one. Drop that over here. That's for our axe. We need 2 of the tools to make an axe. Let's see, we got lean, mean, craft. Kind of messed up there. Just trying to view. Alright, lean, mean crafting machine was for making 40 tools. So this stone tool was my 40th tool I created. Alright, so now we've got enough to make our shelter. And that right there is our starting island. So I'm going to put the shelter right here, pointed in that direction. Boom. So now, even like I said, if I'm just sailing by, oops, hang on. Yeah, so even if I'm just sailing by there, I can look right here and see that that is pointing to that island there, which will help me find my island of origin. Now I do have another cloth, and it doesn't matter what island you go to, you need food. So the other thing, shelter, water still, and meat smoker. Now of course it only takes a campfire to cook, but as I've went over in the previous episode, meat smoker is the way to go. Because it's just simple. It's simple materials to make it, and once the meat is smoked, it does not spoil. So you can take it with you. You can leave it so that if you wind up here later and are in need of food, you could have a full meat smoker full of meat waiting for you because it does not spoil. So what we need for this, we need to go ahead and get some sticks. I've got the rocks for it, I've got the cloth, and another lashing. So here's some sticks. And now that it's getting dark, I gotta watch out for that stinking boar. The boars are a little more dangerous than the crabs. The crabs are very easy to deal with. I mean, they will attack you, but they're very easy to deal with. When you get behind them, they normally run from you and don't turn around. So once you get behind them, you can just chase them down, and they don't move fast either. So you just walk behind them, stabbing them with a spear. Throwing a spear at them, because of their hard shell, throwing a spear at the large crabs will break your spear. That is not the best way to kill the crabs. You either, while you're holding the spear, stab them with it, don't throw it at them, or use an axe against them. But throwing a spear at them, or even shooting a bow or a spear gun, will break your arrow or spear. Did I pin the... Oh, okay, so I need 4 sticks, and then I got the 3 stones over there already. I've got the cloth, so I just need... I got the sticks. Well, do I have enough? I need 7 sticks, 3 stones, and a lashing. I got the 7 sticks. I got the 3 stones. I need the lashing. And this thing is almost spent. It would have been nice to find the yucca plants before resting, but that boar kind of screwed that up. Oh shit, am I tired? I can't sprint. So being tired with that boar around is not smart, because I can't sprint. There's the yucca plant. Oh, I've got a flashlight. Hello. Ding dong. Alright, where's the other one? There's one. Should be one more. Come on now, where'd it go? There it is. It got caught up here. We got a few more hits with this thing. There's another crab. Oh, there's the snake. Alright, on that note, I got enough. I got enough to finish up here. And I can even one final hit, and there's a perfect little last hit for this knife. Now go back to where the other one is. And now I can craft my refined axe. Not refined, but crude. Oh, shit, I need another lashing. Wow. Oh, that was my refined knife, not the tool. Shit. Well, that's fine. The knife's not destroyed yet. I gotta be more careful. I need to get that knife, and I need to get my tool belt made so I can keep that knife in my tool belt and only use it to skin, you know, for food. All right. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on. What was I making? campfire. That's what I was making. Guess I should probably move my stone pile over here. Alright, now get both of them in sight. Fire pit. Now let's pin the smoker. And I need another lashing and a stick. Okay, I can make the lashing. And I need one more stick. Now this crude axe I need to drop. So I can use that to make a refined axe. So that's why I don't want it I don't want it to get destroyed. So I can use that for refined axe. But now I've got a brand new crude axe here. Alright, since I've used all the fronds I needed as far as my shelter and the still, now I can just use these fronds for water. And I can use this coconut for some food. Alright. Now, what else did I need for? I needed a stick. Something else I forgot to bring with me is the kindling. Now, it's easy to make kindling, but once you've got a tool belt, I use my tool belt for my skinning knife. So I only use a refined knife to skin. It does not deplete its durability. So I always have my skinning knife in my tool belt, and then my kindling in the tool belt. That way I'm not having to make multiple kindlings like I used to make a kindling at every island and just leave it laying by the campfire. But it's better just to make one kindling, stick it in your tool belt. That way you've always got it on you and don't have to worry about making another one. Alright, meat smoker. Again, I could do the same. Do the same tactic with pointing this at my island of origin. Alright, now I don't have my kindling. Now the cool thing about lanterns is they stay lit. So I can just leave that lantern there and always have light. I'll use that when I wake up. Scoot this thing over here a little bit. There we go. Much better. So I've got me a fishing spear, a flashlight. You don't need more. And that's another thing for the tool belt. Stick the flashlight in there. Alright, so we've established a new camp on a new island. We've got our shelter, we've got our water still, we've got our meat smoker. And now we can rest and begin a new day on a new island. And we have starting day 14 now. Thanks for watching, like, and subscribe. See you next time.